Welcome to our college briefing program. Today, we have an exciting lineup of news for you. First, we're taking a closer look at the University of New Mexico's football team as they hit the field for their first scrimmage of the season. With new players and full pads on, the energy is palpable, and the sights and sounds are nothing short of thrilling. Next, we shift our focus to Wilkes University, where State Representative Eddie Pashinsky has presented a generous check of $155,701 to enhance campus safety. This funding will go towards upgrading emergency response equipment, making the campus a safer place for everyone. Lastly, we delve into the world of costume design with Caroline McCall, who has taken on the monumental task of dressing the characters of HBO's House of the Dragon. McCall shares her excitement and apprehension about bringing the grand scale of Westeros to life, a challenge that has captivated fans of both the show and the books. Please stay tuned for more details. Yahoo US delves into the early stages of UNM football's training, emphasizing that outcomes are secondary to the process this early in the season. With only 26 of 110 players assigned jersey numbers, the focus is on acclimating new recruits to the rigors of full-speed practice. During their first scrimmage, both offense and defense had their moments. Wide receiver Sean Miller and safety Christian Ellis shared differing views, highlighting the internal competition. Running back Andrew Henry noted the defense's improvement, while quarterback Devin Dampier and defensive end Max Elkman made notable plays. Injuries and changes in personnel were also observed, with several players in limited or non-contact roles. The team's pass rush, a weak point last season, showed promise, offering hope for the upcoming games. Yahoo US reports on State Representative Eddie Pashinsky presenting a $155,701 check to Wilkes University to enhance campus safety. The funds, sourced from the state's local share account funded by gaming revenue, will be used to upgrade emergency response equipment. This includes installing security cameras, adding a public address system at the student union, and purchasing interagency-compatible radio systems. Pashinsky emphasized the importance of campus safety for the community. The grant is part of a broader effort administered by the Commonwealth Financing Authority, established in 2004 to manage Pennsylvania's economic stimulus programs. BBC provides an inside look at the production of House of the Dragon, the prequel to Game of Thrones. Emmy-winning designer Caroline McCall, who joined for the second season, plays a pivotal role in creating the show's intricate costumes. Drawing inspiration from a wide array of historical cultures, McCall and her team of 300 painstakingly design and create each piece. Despite the challenges, including dark cinematography and the Hollywood strikes, the production continued smoothly, primarily filmed in the UK. McCall's work is set to continue into the third season, with the potential for more accolades. The Season 2 finale is anticipated by millions of fans eager to see the latest developments in the Targaryen saga. South China Morning Post. The United States has announced a significant boost in military aid to the Philippines, allocating $500 million to help Manila address the challenges posed by the South China Sea dispute. This funding is crucial for enhancing the Philippines' military infrastructure, troop capabilities, and diplomatic initiatives. During the annual 2+2 ministerial dialogue, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin emphasized the importance of this aid in modernizing the Philippine Armed Forces and Coast Guard. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s Defense Secretary, Gilbert Teodoro Jr., highlighted that the funds would support various initiatives, including cyber capabilities and the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA, investments, which would bolster the country's deterrent posture. Analysts suggest that the aid will alleviate financial constraints and expedite the procurement of advanced surveillance equipment, multi-role vessels, and aircraft needed for security in the South China Sea. Additionally, the funds will support military exercises with allies and diplomatic initiatives with ASEAN countries to form a united front against China's assertiveness in the region. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong, once a major beneficiary of Sino-American trade relations, now faces significant challenges due to the deteriorating relationship between China and the United States. Despite the geopolitical headwinds, there is a silver lining. Hong Kong can capitalize on the situation by positioning itself as a prime destination for ethnic Chinese professionals leaving the West amid rising tensions. The city's exceptional higher education institutions, access to the mainland, and free flow of information make it an ideal hub for world-leading researchers. Furthermore, Hong Kong should assist Chinese firms in navigating international markets and serve as a repository of regional knowledge and networks. The government must leverage the private sector's strengths to build enduring ties with key players in regions like Southeast Asia and the Gulf. Additionally, Hong Kong's unique one country, two systems formula allows it to be the most open and international-facing part of China, facilitating dialogues between Chinese and American officials, academics, and entrepreneurs. By embracing these roles, Hong Kong can thrive despite the ongoing US-China rivalry. SCMP opinion. Hong Kong's education system, known for its rigidity and high-pressure environment, is set to undergo a positive change with a new emphasis on physical education, PE. Under a revised grading rubric for secondary school allocation, primary school pupils' sports performance may be evaluated alongside academic scores. This shift aims to counter the unhealthy focus on academic success and promote all-round education. Currently, schools internally evaluate pupils with 3 rounds of exams, heavily weighting Chinese language, English, and mathematics. The new proposals will reduce this weighting and include PE, humanities, and science. Although PE will account for only a small part of the revised assessment, it is a step in the right direction. The hope is that schools and parents will invest more time and resources in developing children's physical well-being, addressing the sedentary lifestyle prevalent among today's youth. By incorporating PE assessments, Hong Kong aims to create a more balanced education system that values physical health alongside academic achievement. Australian Broadcasting Corporation, a survivor of one of Western Australia's most horrific child abuse cases, is urging the government to demolish the Katanning Residential College, formerly St Andrew's Hostel, where the abuse took place. The building has stood empty since 2016, and despite public consultations, no plans have been revealed. Dennis John McKenna, the perpetrator, abused dozens of boys from the 1970s to the 1990s and was sentenced to over 20 years in prison. Survivors like Todd Jeffress argue that the building is a painful reminder of the past and should be destroyed. Premier Roger Cook awaits advice from the Department of Education, while local MP Peter Rundle suggests that the survivors should guide the site's future, with some proposing it be turned into housing to address local worker accommodation needs. Australian Broadcasting Corporation, as ADHD diagnoses rise, so does the misinformation about its medications on social media platforms like TikTok. ADHD, a neurodevelopmental disorder, affects concentration and impulse control and is increasingly recognized in girls and adults. Experts emphasize the importance of accurate information about ADHD medications, such as stimulants like methylphenidate and dexamphetamine, which are effective for most patients but can cause side effects like loss of appetite. Non-stimulant medications are also available for those who can't take stimulants. Regular medication reviews are recommended, especially for children, to adjust or discontinue treatment as needed. In addition to medication, behavioral training and support from psychologists and occupational therapists are crucial for managing ADHD. Australian Broadcasting Corporation, the Tetris effect, named after the 1980s video game, occurs when repetitive tasks influence one's dreams. Harvard's Professor Robert Stickold first noticed this phenomenon after a mountain climbing trip, which led to a study where participants reported seeing Tetris imagery in their sleep. This effect showed that dreams could be manipulated, offering insights into brain functions. Researchers like Adam Horowitz at MIT are exploring targeted dream incubation to enhance creativity and treat mental illnesses. Cognitive neuroscientist Emily Holmes found that playing Tetris could reduce PTSD flashbacks by overloading the brain's visuospatial capacity. This technique, accessible and cost-effective, helped individuals like Charlie, who used it to manage distressing memories after her father's death, demonstrating the potential of video games in therapeutic contexts. The Toronto Star, in a historic moment for Canadian swimming, Joshua Liendo and Ilya Karin secured silver and bronze, respectively, in the men's 100-meter butterfly at the Paris Olympics. This achievement marks the first double podium for Canadian men in Olympic swimming. Hungary's Christoph Müller clinched gold with a time of 49.90 seconds, just ahead of Toronto's Liendo, who clocked in at 49.99, and Karin at 50.45. Liendo, the first Canadian black swimmer to win an Olympic swim medal, expressed immense pride in this milestone. The Canadian swim team's total of 8 medals in Paris, with more events still to come, ties their best performance at a non-boycotted Summer Games. Liendo and Karin's success signifies a resurgence for Canadian men in the pool, with Liendo narrowly missing another medal in the men's 50-meter freestyle. Karin, who also won bronze in the 200-meter butterfly, attributes their success to mutual motivation and support. Yahoo US, the Greater Alliance Carnation Festival Flower Show, held at the University of Mount Union's Art Gallery, showcased the creativity of local amateur gardeners with 80 displays from 10 participants. The event, which coincided with the Carnation Festival's Food Fest, saw the attendance of the 2024 Carnation Queen and her court. Co-organizer Tina Lucas emphasized that the show is designed for non-professionals, offering a free platform for local talent. Susan Sprout of Washington Township won the prestigious Levi Lamborn Award for her floral basket, while 10-year-old Noelle Lewis, the youngest participant, also received several awards. Dan Mitchell of Beloit's Red Calla Lily earned the Best in Show title. The event's relocation to the Giese Center aims to rejuvenate interest by placing it closer to other festival activities, a move organizers hope will reverse the declining participation seen in recent years. Associated Press: Julian Alfred made history for St. Lucia by winning the country's first Olympic medal in the women's 100-meter race, a victory she dedicated to her late father. Alfred triumphed with a time of 10.72 seconds, overcoming heavy favorite Sha'Carri Richardson and the rest of the field despite the rain. The win was deeply emotional for Alfred, who reminisced about her father's belief in her Olympic potential. Spotted for her speed by a school librarian, Alfred's journey took her from St. Lucia to Jamaica for training, and eventually to the University of Texas, where she became a multiple NCAA champion. Her gold medal win not only brings pride to her and her coach but also to her entire nation, which she imagines is celebrating her success. Inspired by watching footage of Usain Bolt, Alfred executed her race plan flawlessly and joyfully celebrated her victory by ringing the victory bell, a moment she cherishes as the pinnacle of her career. Australian Broadcasting Corporation: Ray Gibson, a former truck driver who lost his vision in an accident, relies heavily on public transport for his daily commute to his business in suburban Brisbane. Starting tomorrow, his travel expenses will significantly decrease due to the Queensland Government's 6-month trial of 50-cent fares on all TransLink buses, trains, ferries, and trams. While Gibson is eager for the savings, he remains concerned about the accessibility and efficiency of the public transport system in southeast Queensland. The infrequent services and poor connectivity often make his commute from Strathpine to Arana Hills a 2-hour ordeal. A Climate Council report revealed that 66.4% of areas lack frequent all-day services, with good public transport access ending just 8 kilometers from Brisbane's CBD. Queensland Premier Stephen Miles acknowledged potential crowding issues due to the trial but assured that services would be monitored and additional buses would be added. However, for some like Rahul Nuthaki from Paulara, the lack of direct bus routes makes public transport unfeasible despite the cost savings. Griffith University lecturer Kelly Bertolaccini highlighted the first and last mile problem, emphasizing the difficulty of providing efficient public transport in sprawling suburban areas. Demand-responsive transport services, which will be part of the trial, aim to address this issue by offering flexible, pre-booked rides within specific zones. As Brisbane prepares for the 2032 Olympic Games, major projects like the $6.3 billion Cross River Rail and the Brisbane Metro are underway to improve the city's transport infrastructure. Dr. Bertolaccini stressed the importance of high-density housing near transport services to make public transport more accessible and reduce congestion. CNN: Ruqia Haydari's tragic story began in Afghanistan, where she was born just a month before her father was killed by the Taliban. Her mother, Sakina Muhammad Jan, fled with her children to Pakistan and eventually to Australia, seeking safety and opportunities. Despite these efforts, Jan recently became the first person in Australia to be convicted of forced marriage, a crime criminalized in 2013. Jan coerced her daughter into marrying Muhammad Ali Halimi, who killed Haydari within weeks of their marriage. Judge Fren Dalziel sentenced Jan to 3 years in prison, with the possibility of release after 12 months. The case has sparked fear and anxiety within the Hazara community, where forced marriage is still practiced despite being illegal. Helena Hassani, an expert on forced marriage, emphasized the psychological and physical abuse victims often endure. The Australian Federal Police has received 531 reports of forced marriages in the past 6 years, many involving minors. Jennifer Byrne, the founding director of Anti-Slavery Australia, highlighted the need for stronger civil protections and support for victims. The government is considering measures like court protection orders and adding potential victims to airport watch lists. Jan's sentence also jeopardizes her residency status, potentially leading to deportation to Afghanistan, where conditions have worsened for Hazaras since the Taliban's resurgence. Hassani noted that Jan's actions, though intended to secure her daughter's future, have led to her ostracization from the community. The case underscores the deep-rooted cultural pressures and the urgent need for change, as younger generations begin to challenge these harmful traditions. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Morning sunlight on the street, city whispers soft and sweet, faces mix in daily grind, every story intertwined, cultures blend like colors bright, languages in the silent night, on the table stories told, food and feast upon so bold, people living day by day, in the heart they find their way, sharing moments, voices sing, in this world of everything. Society in rhythms beat, entertainment's fleeting heat, echoes of voice and fears, laughing through our unseen tears, children playing in the park, drawing dreams till after dark, elders speak of days gone by, washing shadows from the sky. People living day by day, in the heart they find their way, sharing moments, voices sing, in this world of everything. Society